Jazzcast Pros.
Welcome back to Beauty Boss Millionaire. I'm your host, Falicia Fracassi, and today is my birthday. So if you're listening to this episode on August 5th, which is my birthday, I am actually doing some cash giveaways just because I love giving back and I believe in helping other entrepreneurs that are trying to start a business or are struggling with their business, or maybe they just need some help. I believe in being that person to be able to help because someone helped me out. I remember my aunt sowed a seed into my life, and just as I was able to multiply the money. And I believe if you're listening to this episode, then you'll be able to do the same thing.
Welcome back to the Beauty Boss Millionaire podcast with daily on-the-go episodes packed with testimonies and business tips to help you create financial freedom through entrepreneurship. Hosted by the owner of Fracassi Lashes and the Blow Dry Lounge, the Beauty Boss Millionaire herself, Falicia Fracassi.
All right, so let's quickly jump into it. Yesterday, I was talking about eyelashes and all the services that I did in the very beginning, the pricing that I did. And the objective of today's episode, I want to talk about eyebrow waxing. And I'll go back to some of the lashes in detail as well, but I want to talk about these brows that I did that helped me make my millions. So I'm a licensed esthetician through the state of New York. I'm also licensed and certified in Florida. So in each state, it's different depending on the laws. So obviously you need to check your local laws to see if you're able to do some of the same things that I'm able to do. So with brow waxing, I quickly was able to see that it was an add-on service that was an easy upsell, because we all know in business, you've got to have those little add-ons here and there in these upsells that you're doing, because if not, you're going to miss out on money. Just like when you go through a drive-through, you go through McDonald's, you go through Burger King, and they say, do you want fries with that? And some people naturally say, yes, I do want fries with that. Or yes, or sometimes you don't even know what you're saying and you're agreeing to it. Or sometimes they'll say, oh, did you want to try our special today? So in your business, make sure you have things that you can upsell, and make sure you have specials of the week or specials of the day, because people are honestly interested in specials. They always want to know if there's a deal going on or some type of special. So make sure your business has that. So with the brow waxing, I already knew, I could make some, a few extra dollars on that. And I also studied the art of it. So it wasn't all about the money. It was about fixing a need. Obviously, there was a need for lashes, and I'm already working close to their face. So that's when I started offering the brow waxing. And with the brow waxing, we changed it up. We did something different as far as our wax type. We made it special so that people love our wax. We went through a special vendor, and, we just did things a little differently. We didn't use the whole cloth that you have to put down in the beeswax or cheaper wax. We actually bought a more expensive wax, and I explained that to the people that came into the store, that this is a higher quality. And quickly people loved it. They were addicted to it. It felt less painful. They loved it. So just remember that you're selling yourself through these benefits of the beauty. So if you're in the beauty business like me, make sure you have things that you can upsell and upcharge. Even if it's just $5, $10, it all adds up at the end of the day. You'll have maybe $1,000 extra that you didn't have before. That over a course of a week or a month kind of adds up to be a lot. So make sure you're upselling. I'm very big on training my staff on upselling. So back to the brows. So I did the brow waxing, and then I kind of got a little bolder, and I said, you know what? Let me go invest in my hands in this course. And I started taking other courses. This was back in 08, 09. I was doing permanent makeup. A lot of people remember me back in the day. I was doing permanent makeup. I was doing beauty marks. I was doing what they called at the time. It wasn't called microblading, but it was called just permanent eyebrows. So, I went to a class in New York, where I'm from, and I Googled it because people up where I was at didn't do it. So I went down there, spent some time with my family, hung out. I also went to the class, and from there, I started doing a lot of these services that I was able to charge a whole lot more for. We went from doing a $10 brow wax to almost charging $250 to $300, or even more, $500 now you can charge because of the training. So for those that are scared of training your hands up, you need not to be scared to learn more things. You need to be not scared to drive to New York or drive to LA or go to LA, go to Miami, go to these bigger cities, go to Chicago, where they have these training courses where you can learn more, because you're going to invest more in your hands, in yourself. And I don't want to sound cocky, but I'm so confident that I can make money anywhere, that I never worry about money. I never, ever, ever worry about money. Some people, I see them dreading money. I always told God, put me in a place where I never have to worry about money. Well, I kind of spoke it into existence along with God's help and confidence and the prayers, because I honestly train myself every single year on something new, sometimes 2 or 3 times a year. on a new service, a new trend, you need to always stay updated, as we spoke earlier in the other episodes. So if you are that person that's in the beauty field, please don't be that person still doing the same style from like 10 years ago or when you started 15 years ago, because I hear a lot of stylists sometimes what they do in the beauty field, they say, well, I've been doing this for 15 years. I've been doing this for 20 years. But that doesn't matter to us as the customer. We want to know, are you down with the latest trends? Do you have the latest training? Do you know how to do ombre? Do you know how to do, that goes with hair or brows? Do you know how to do the ombre nails? Do you know how to do these other styles? Are you one of those people that decorate and do the same decoration style on everybody? Are you one of those makeup artists that do the same look on everybody? Are you one of those people that just do the same thing on everybody and expect people to like it? So these are the things that I challenge you in your business to step it up a level by getting these trainings done. And I always don't like, one of my pet peeves is that people are so scared to invest in themselves. I'm a G. Like I've spent up to $10,000 literally on trainings. That's for one training I spent $10,000 on. But with that one training, I made so much more money from. I'll just put the number out there. I made over $300,000 off of that training that cost me $10,000. And then I invested in something that cost me $100,000. I did the math. That thing made me $900,000. So please don't be scared to invest in yourself. Sometimes people come to me and they want to get these courses. They want to take courses from me. And they're like, oh, that's a lot of money. And I'm thinking to myself, you're going to make a lot of money. Like, do you not want to make a lot of money? No one's going to give you the sauce for free. Like if you literally sit up under a baker and watch them bake, and they say, look, for you to watch me bake and learn all my secrets, you're going to have to pay me $200. Some people are so limited to their thinking that they don't actually see the value. And that value is you will be able to bake just like that person, and you'll never have to worry about how you're going to make money because you're going to know how to bake. And that baker knows that from that one business that they're doing, they're making literally hundreds of thousands of dollars a year from that one thing that they're doing. I know recipes that people sell. I literally watched this restaurant that I grew up with as a kid. It was sold to another woman. It was an older couple. They sold it to another woman. And I said, wow, you're the owner now. How do you feel? She's like, well, they made me pay for every single recipe. I said, are you serious? She said, yeah. I said, and she looked so sad. I said, well, you're going to make so much money off these recipes. Who cares? You have to sometimes pay for it. Just like with designer, you got to pay. Just like people will spend money on fancy meals, fancy vacations, but they won't invest in their future. They won't invest in their children's future. They won't invest in a home. I always call it hood rich when they got the broke down house and they got the nice car. I think you got it backwards. It should be the nice house that you can live in forever and raise a nice family. And you can just have a regular car. But sometimes people in the hood, they do it backwards. It's something that I see a lot. But my point is that just make sure your priorities are straight in your business. Make sure you're investing in yourself and trainings and adding those services on as you go. And a rule of thumb, if you're wondering what services you should add on, kind of start to look at what you're already doing and see what can go with it hand in hand. For example, if you are someone that is selling something health related, you might want to add on another health related item or another item that will help their body where people can buy that product and walk away. Speaking of that, I want to just give a shout out to Rihanna. I'm sure everyone's heard the news. Rihanna is now worth $1.7 billion. My girl, literally, she came through dripping. And she's truly earned the title of self-made because of her music career catapulted her to her influence. Influence turned into product. The money's in product, y'all. I'm telling y'all, if Rihanna didn't show us, then you're blind. And Kylie, a lot of people go back and forth if she's a self-made billionaire. I really don't care to get into it because a lot of people say that, she wasn't really self-made. Some people say that she already had money, came from a family of money, so they didn't really want to give her that title. Some people say her valuation was down, but I don't really care about all that. All I care about is that the girl made money. She learned the game, or maybe Kris Jenner taught her the game. I don't know. But the point is that the business was solid. I always say if you don't know how to start a business, you can always buy one. And if you don't know how to even do that, you can always hire people to start the business for you if you have enough money. And that's maybe what she did. But going back to your business, whatever you do, make sure that you have multiple options. Don't just do one thing. You want to do multiple things, have multiple things on your menu. You want to have a myriad of things just so they can actually spend money in your business. You don't want them to go into your store for one thing, going to someone else's store for another thing, going to here. Make it all a one-stop shop if possible without there being any issues. So those are the things that I really am trying to make sure that people understand right now, because that's how you're going to make millions. You can do it even online. We'll get actually into that next. I'm not even going to go into that about the online unlimited potential of money and to accessing millions. Remember how I was saying I was going to give away some money? Well, if you go to the Beauty Boss Millionaire website, beautybossmillionaire.com, register your name and your information, there's going to be a question that's going to be on the website that you're going to answer. Something I said in this episode that will help you. One of the questions that I asked will be on the page. So we're going to wrap it up for today. I'm so glad you tuned in. I hope this has been a wealth of information. As always at Beauty Boss Millionaire, we always want to encourage, support someone. So if you know someone that needs to hear this episode, please share it, like it, subscribe, because we want to make sure that we're helping our sisters. We want to make sure we're helping our brothers. We want to make sure we're helping people that want to be entrepreneurs. Thanks for tuning in to Beauty Boss Millionaire.
That's it for today. Tune in tomorrow for the Beauty Boss Millionaire podcast. And don't forget to follow the Beauty Boss Millionaire, Falicia Fracassi, on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Beauty Boss Millionaire.